John 9:24 through 34. So the Jewish leaders called the man who had been blind. They told him to come in again. They said, "You should honor God by telling the truth. We know that this man is a sinner." The man answered, "I don't know if he's a sinner, but I do know this. I was blind, and now I can see." They asked, "What did he do to you? How did he heal your eyes?" He answered, "I have already told you that, but you would not listen to me. Why do you want to hear it again? Do you want to be his followers too?" At this, they shouted insults to him and said, "You are his followers, not us. We are followers of Moses. We know that God spoke to Moses, but we don't even know where this man comes from." The man answered, "This is really strange. You don't know where he comes from, but he healed my eyes. We all know that God does not listen to sinners, but he will listen to anyone who worships and obeys him. This is the first time we have ever heard of anyone healing the eyes of someone born blind. This man must be from God. If he were not from God, he could not do anything like this." The Jewish leaders answered, "You were born full of sin. Are you trying to teach us?" And they told the man to get out of the synagogue and to stay out.
Dublin Dr. Pepper. Annette and I talked about strange wedding events one day. Some would think these things would ruin a celebration. We decided to buy bottles of Dublin Dr. Pepper for everyone at our reception because it used pure cane sugar rather than corn syrup as a sweetener. We thought of everything except the bottle opener. Annette told me that at the wedding of her first husband, Bob, they forgot to sign the marriage certificate until they got back from their honeymoon. They laughingly wondered if they had been sinning the whole time they were away. We went to a wedding not long ago where the cake was being frosted and decorated during the ceremony. I heard about another where the groom fainted and had to sit in a chair for the rest of the service. Every wedding seems to have some unforeseen gaffe that may or may not be embarrassing. Sometimes guests get so caught up in the mistakes that they forget while they are there, in the first place, to rejoice with the couple at their wedding. Annette usually tells a bride embarrassed by some disaster, "At the end of the day, you're still married. We came to enjoy your wedding, not nitpick unfortunate mix-ups."
What is sad in this particular miracle, or sign as John calls them, is that this should have been a day of rejoicing and praise. This man could see for the first time, but the parents who raised a blind child could only think of being thrown out of the synagogue. His friends could only argue if this was the same man who begged. Even his spiritual leaders could only think this was not done in the prescribed way. Like there was a prescribed way.